Hope everyone's doing well. So today in math, we're going to be talking about two-step equations. And we've been working a lot with one-step equations, so I want you to show me in the check-in how much you've learned from those one-step equations. So you've had a couple minutes to work on this. Can someone tell me how you would solve 3x equals 12? How do I solve for x? Yeah, Dina?
Divide by 3.
Okay, so I'm dividing by 3 over here, and do I get x equals, what do I do on the other side?
You have to also divide by 3.
Why is that really important?
It's really important when there's an equal sign to do the same thing on both sides of the equation.
Good job, Dan. You've really been paying attention. So when we're working with these algebraic equations, can someone tell me what's like our main idea? What's our purpose? Like, what are we trying to do with these equations? Yeah, Sydney?
You're trying to get the x alone.
Good job. So we're trying to get the letter or the variable alone on one side. And that's going to help us figure out what the value is in the equation. And that's going to be really important as we move on to two-step equations, which get a little bit more complicated, but I know you guys can do it. Okay, so the problem we're going to be solving is 4a plus 2 equals 6. So with what we've learned in one-step equations, what do you guys think is going to be the first step? Yeah, Julia?
You divide by 4.
Okay, divide by 4 is an option. Anyone else have an idea? Yeah, Jillian?
I think you would subtract 2.
Okay, subtract 2. Why don't you turn to your neighbor and talk for a few minutes about what you think the first step would be and why.
I thought you had a
Well,
idea
the last
about
one
subtracting
divided
2.
by 3.
That seems like it's
So I think
probably
that's
is
right.
to do.
Divide by 3. Divide by 4. Because it's at the same function.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
That makes sense. You just want to know what
Okay, so you've had a few minutes to talk about it. Let's turn our attention back up to the board. So what did you guys decide? What do you think the first step should be? And remember that the main point, what's the main point of these algebraic equations? Dina?
Get the letter alone.
Get the letter alone. So remember that's the purpose. Can someone tell me what you think the first step would be? Sydney?
We think you divide by 4 because that's what we did in the one-step equation.
Okay, well let's see what happens when we divide by 4. So I divide by 4 on both sides. And over here I'm going to get, gets a little complicated. 4 divided by 4 is a plus 2 over 4 equals 6 over 4. Did that help us get the a alone? I mean, we could solve it that way, but it seems a little bit more complicated. Does anyone else have an idea that they think would make it a little bit more simple to solve?
I think it might be easier to subtract the 2 first.
Okay, so let's try that. So we started with our 4a plus 2 equals 6, and subtracting 2 on both sides, we get, Jillian, what am I going to get here?
4a equals 4.
Nice job. And do you see how that kind of, now we got rid of this extra piece here, and we just have the piece that has the a in it below on one side, so that follows our rule of getting the letter alone. And then what's going to be our final step to really get it alone? Emma?
You're going to divide both sides by 4.
Nice job. So then I get my final answer as
A equals 1.
nice. Now just as like a general rule that we need to do when we're solving two-step equations, what was the first step that we did?
Subtracted.
Subtracted 2, right? We like undid the addition. Does anyone remember what the word is when you're undoing addition? It starts with an I. We talked about it a couple days ago.
Inverse.
Inverse. Good job, Jillian. So first we have to apply the additive inverse. And then what did we do after that? Which piece did we undo?
The 4a.
Right, we undid, and remember that there's a secret multiplication sign? We undid the 4 times a.
Yeah.
So we undid multiplication. So which word is that going to be? Not additive inverse, but
Multiplicative.
nice job. And we'll be talking more about this, okay? And I have a cheer for you that's going to help you to remember.
Yay.
So here's, those are for you guys. Okay, let's do repeat after me. Ready? Two-step equations don't groan.
Two-step equations don't groan.
Just get the letter alone.
Just get the letter alone.
If it's added, then subtract.
If it's added, then subtract.
Or do the opposite act.
Or do the opposite act.
If it's multiply, divide.
If it's multiply, divide.
Get the letter on one side.
Get the letter on one side.
Two-step equations don't groan.
Two-step equations don't groan.
Just get the letter alone.
Just get the letter alone.
Okay, great